Hi there, I'm Becky Bounce, and today I am going to answer some of your questions to help you get started on your health, fitness, and weight loss journey. If you haven't already started, that is. So I had some questions come in, and I want to share with you some advice and top tips to help you get started, to help further your progress, and to keep you motivated as well. So, first question then. These are in no particular order, but I've just chosen a few. So when is it best to exercise? So my response to that is that there isn't particularly a best time to exercise. I would say that any time that works for you is the best time. So there is no point me saying that morning is the best time to exercise if you are absolutely not a morning person, or maybe you have to get up and get the kids ready for school, maybe work starts really early and that just isn't an option for you. Then morning exercise is not going to work. Also, daytime exercise doesn't work for a lot of people working. So evening exercise is absolutely fine for anyone that needs to. Personally, my preference is to exercise first thing in the morning. I like to go out for a run or a walk. And that's just preference, really. Sometimes I think it is good to do it then because it gets it done. That is more to the point. It's not about kind of physiologically being better for you. It's just about getting it done. No excuses can get in the way. If you set your alarm a little bit earlier and you get up and you just get on with it. That's the reason why I think I stick to exercise and have done for my whole adult life. Basically, I've been running for 20 odd years now, and I've always done that running in the morning pretty much, apart from when I used to run with clubs. But the reason why I've managed to be consistent and stick with it is because I just get up in the morning, my alarm clock goes off, and I get it done first thing in the morning. Usually, sometimes I have to work first, but then it gets done after that. There's no questions asked. Every day is a running day, pretty much 5-6 times a week. And it just is one of those things that is just 100% happening no matter what. But that doesn't have to be running, obviously. That can be exercise in general. So like I say, sometimes I go for a walk. It could be that I do a PT session or a class or something else. But every day there is no excuses. Some kind of exercise or activity takes place. And I think that's kind of what you have to get into, try and factor into your schedule. So whether that's first thing in the morning, at lunchtime, straight after work, in the evening, whenever works for you. There is no best time to exercise other than just the time that works for you. So hopefully that answers your question and just gives you something to think about. So next question, best exercise for calorie burning. Now, I would be maybe a little bit biased if I say Bounce Fitness is best one for calorie burning, but I would say it's up there with one of the best exercises for calorie burn. You do burn hundreds of calories by being on a mini trampoline, and the way we do classes as well with the interval training, that keeps your heart rate up. You're building muscles as well by doing our floor toning resistance exercises, so that's helping to burn lots of calories as well. So yes, I would say Bounce Fitness is a fantastic calorie burner, but so is anything like running, so is swimming, cycling, lots of gym classes, really good calorie burning. Even weight training is good for calorie burning as well. As long as anything that keeps your heart rate up, and you feel like you're sort of 7 out of 10 on the sort of 7 out of 10 or more on your sort of rate of perceived exertion. So yeah, anything sort of lower intensity like Pilates, yoga, still fantastic, still really good to have part of your fitness regime, but it's not going to be calorie burning. It's going to be flexibility, it's going to be strengthening, it's going to be really good for core, but it's not calorie burning. But anything that gets you out of breath, gets you slightly sweaty, heart rate up, they're the sort of exercises that are going to be good for calorie burning. But also think about an exercise that you enjoy as well, because I could say that running probably burns the most calories for most people, but if you hate running, then it's going to burn 0 calories when you don't go out for that run every day because you hate it and you don't want to do it. Or if you know that running in the winter time when it's dark and cold isn't for you, then again, it's not going to be a great calorie burner for you because you're not actually going to do it. So I would say the best calorie burning exercise is one that gets your heart rate up, one that you feel like you're working at least sort of 7 out of 10 effort wise or more, and one that you can enjoy, and one that fits with your lifestyle, your schedule, and your budget as well. So it's something that you can do consistently, and you want to do it as well, and you want to work hard. You want to feel like you're putting in all the effort and burning all those calories as well. So and just make it enjoyable so that you keep going with it as well. They're going to be the best exercises for calorie burning. So again, it's going to be very specific to you, but something cardio, something that you enjoy as well. So next question, what should I eat before I exercise? So there's no specific one food that you should be eating before you exercise, and in fact it does depend on when you're exercising. So let's say, for example, if you were exercising first thing in the morning, you wake up and you're just going out to the gym or PT or going for a run, whatever it is, then I would say you might not need anything at all to eat, and that's absolutely fine as long as you've eaten something perhaps the night before for dinner. Then you'll have some energy stored in your system, and that's good. And actually you'll probably be fat burning for training on an empty stomach the next morning. But for some people that's not going to work. Some people feel lightheaded, some people don't feel like they've got the actual energy to go and do the exercise. So for those people, I would say maybe a banana. I like to have a banana before I go for a run most of the time, so that should just give you that little bit of instant energy to kickstart you. If you're training sort of later in the day, sometimes people ask me before bounce what's a good snack to have, because our bounce classes tend to be around sort of 6 o'clock, so lunch has been and gone, maybe just need something to keep you timed over until dinner time. So one of my favourite snacks is peanut butter on rice cakes, maybe with some apple on the side, or maybe some Brazil nuts and an apple or something like that. The apple's really just to give me some energy, just to give me a bit of sugar, healthy sugar, and goodness as well. And then peanut butter, who doesn't like peanut butter? And on rice cakes, just makes me feel like I've got enough energy to get through the class or whatever exercise I'm doing later on in the day. But not too much that it sits funny or heavy on my stomach that I can't actually do the class. So don't have too much, maybe just one rice cake and spread some peanut butter on the top. That's the sort of snack you could have, but again, it's kind of down to what you like, and try and stick to something healthy. You could just have kind of a sugar-free or low sugar sort of protein bar. That would do the job as well, just keep you going. But yes, or you could have that banana if you're not particularly hungry. You don't want to ever be really eating unless you actually feel hungry, so just something to give you a little boost to keep you going until dinner time would be good. So next question, this person's new to exercise, how should they get started? So well, the actual first step that I would say that need to get started on is what actually is the reason for them getting started with exercise. So is it about health? What goals are they looking to achieve? Is it health? Is it fitness? Is it weight loss? Is it wanting to be able to fit in your favourite pair of jeans? Or what is it that you're looking to achieve? And that is where you start. So how to get into the exercise itself, you're going to need a little bit of motivation. You're going to need a little bit of willpower to actually get started. But first of all, you need to know what you're going to do. So it goes back to what I was saying before. The best exercise is one that you actually enjoy. So yes, you're going to need to think about what your goals are, and that will maybe steer you in the right direction for picking kind of what exercise you want to start doing. But then you've got to want to do it, and that will give you that motivation and that willpower, hopefully, and everything else, that focus, that just feeling excited and wanting to do the exercise. So for example, if you are let's say looking to fit in your favourite pair of jeans, so you're trying to lose maybe some inches, maybe that translates to losing weight, but maybe it's just about toning up, maybe it's your middle area that you're looking to tone up. So we might want to do some sort of fat burning, calorie burning exercise, sort of cardio. So things like Bounce Fitness or any sort of group exercise class would help with that. So that the goals sort of help you decide what it is that you're going to do. And then in terms of getting started, you want to look for a class that is sort of suitable maybe for beginners. If you haven't exercised for a long time, make sure that it's it's kind of not one of these extreme kind of boot campy, high intensity classes, something that is just that you can slot in at any point, and you feel comfortable and it's suitable for beginners or all levels would be good. So finding that class is going to be one of the first steps to do, finding that class or activity, whatever it is that you're going to do. And then just when you get there, when you join in for the first time, obviously I'm making it sound really simple. Obviously getting there is quite a challenge in itself, but the reason why I'm kind of simplifying it is actually one of my top tips really is to not overthink it. That if you know your goals and you found a class or found some kind of activity that you think will help you to achieve those goals, and also that you like the look of it and it fits with your schedule, it fits with location, it fits with your budget as well, then just give it a go. That would be one of my best top tips for you, is to not overthink it so much. Don't worry about who else is there. As long as you sort of know roughly it's suitable for you, just go, just try it. And because really I would say, what's the worst that can happen if you go along and try the class? For example, one of my classes, one of the Bounce Fitness classes, if someone comes along and tries it, worst case scenario, they come along and they absolutely hate it, which I don't think has ever happened. But worst case scenario, you hate the class and you just have to get through it. It's a free class to come and try anyway, so you've not lost anything money wise. But you've come and given it a go. Worst case scenario, you don't really enjoy it, you don't particularly want to come again, but you've had a good workout, because I can always guarantee you will. You've kind of got started, and you know from there on what you're looking for. You know you don't want to do mini trampoline exercise, or you know that you don't like group classes, or you know that you don't like kind of going out in the dark at night or something like that. So you've learned some things by trying it, and you've not lost anything. You've burnt a few hundred calories by trying it, and like I say, you've learned some stuff and you know where to go next, and you can try some different things. So I kind of say, do keep it simple. Do just think like, give it a go. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? That's what my advice would be as well. So in answer to the question, how should you get started? I've kind of answered it in a roundabout way, but the main thing is you do get started as well. So like, just pick something that you want to give it a go and try it, see how you get on. Just start steady, don't overthink anything about it, but also just do start steady. If you're kind of getting back into exercise after a few months or weeks or years off having exercise, then don't try not to compare yourself to kind of where you were before. Just listen to your body now, ease yourself back in, and then just try and build up gradually as you go through. So that applies to any exercise that you choose to do, whether it is classes, whether it is PT, whether it's running, whether it's gym, whatever it is that you want to do. Start steady, build up, and just get on with it. That would be my best advice. And then finally, just a random one as well. What should you eat for breakfast? What are some of the best breakfasts? Now, I love porridge, especially at this time of year, but I tend to have it sort of all year round as well. Porridge is one of my favourites. If you follow me on Instagram, I tend to post about porridge more often than not. But I love porridge. That is just my thing. I could eat it all day long. And that is a good, healthy, nutritious, satisfying breakfast, and I would recommend it if you like porridge. Even if you don't, maybe try and mix it up a little bit. I like chocolate porridge, which is cacao powder with oats, bit of milk, half water, and then put some berries on it and some nuts and pumpkin seeds. That's what an example of my kind of porridge. So that is a good option to have. I must admit, sometimes when I have porridge, it makes me feel good, makes me feel satisfied for a good few hours. But I do find that because it is obviously quite carby, well, it is carbs, oats are carbohydrates, I do find that my energy levels go up quite quickly. and then they may crash down a little bit too quick for my liking as well. So I can get quite hungry. So let's say 3 hours later, I can be really quite hungry soon after that. So that's all about sort of, because obviously it is carbohydrates, you're getting a bit of a glucose spike, and then your blood sugar levels are sort of dropping. So then your body's feeling like it needs to have, get some more sugar, get some more energy in your system. So if you do feel like you get that, then I've got an alternative for you. If you don't feel like you get that and porridge does the job, I would say give it a go. Have that nice healthy breakfast, keep you full. But the alternative breakfast that I have when I feel like I need to keep my energy levels sort of pretty stable is to have an omelette. So like a 3-egg omelette. I eat sort of the yolks as well. I'm not that fussy. So an omelette with maybe some feta cheese, maybe a little bit of ham, some tomatoes, that sort of thing, and then some avocado on the side. Now that's going to be a really nutritious, healthy breakfast, as long as you can eat all of those ingredients. That's all good. Protein packed, so it's going to keep my energy levels really nice and stable, and also keep me full for the whole morning. I actually do find that I don't need don't need lunch as early when I have that for breakfast as I do when I have my porridge. That sort of does make my blood sugar levels go sky high, and then I really want to have lunch when it comes to lunchtime. But with the omelette, it can keep me going for a lot longer. So that might be something to try if you're sort of needing a bit of a change. I also do think that if you have a really good healthy breakfast, so with things to avoid, like your sugary cereals that come in a box, croissants, like pastries, those sort of things. If you like to have a bit of fruit at breakfast, then have some yogurt with it as well, just to keep your energy levels, yogurt being protein as well, and just can help steady your energy levels, because obviously with the fruit, that sugar, again, healthy that it is, but it's going to send your blood sugar levels up and then perhaps crashing back down again. So you could alternatively have maybe some scrambled eggs on a round of toast. Yeah, mix it up a little bit. But I do think that if I was going to advise you what's best to have for breakfast, I would probably veer more on the side of the sort of the omelette for energy, sort of balance and healthiness. And I also think when you start your day with sort of protein packed, healthy, lower carb breakfast, then that sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you have the porridge, and similar to me, you get those energy spikes and then the crashes afterwards, then it's going to leave you wanting more carbs and energy quick fixes as well. And although I often do opt for sort of healthier options, I tend not to opt for those sort of biscuits or sweets or cakes to give me the quick sugar. It's easy to do. You can fall into that trap quite quickly, especially if you're sort of out and about or in an office where that stuff is ready available. So yeah, I would probably advise more on the egg breakfast option. So anyway, there's some of the questions that you needed help with. So hopefully I've shared some wisdom with you today, and we're if you've got any more questions, we're here to help. I can answer them on messages, or just let me know if you need any more top tips or advice. And hopefully see you soon, and would love to help if you need any extra advice or motivation, or want to get started with any classes or personal training. So hopefully see you soon.